Hi and welcome to this Blueberry Markets video update with me, John Kibler, head currency analyst. In this video we're going to be taking a look at the dollar yen price as the dollar has begun to fall after we saw a 10th consecutive month of downward inflation. Now, inflation has been falling in the US for some time now. It's coming in at 4.9% at the moment, so we've seen that drop from 5% down 0.1% to 4.9%, and that sparked a little bit of fresh selling in the US dollar as investors look for the Federal Reserve to potentially pause in their next meeting. Now, if we're looking at the dollar yen price here, we did discuss the dollar yen most recently and asked if the dollar yen was going to push back to the downside towards the 133 spot 50 handle, and if it breaks it could even go to the 130 spot 50 handle. And the reason being is because one thing we expected was the dollar to weaken, but also with this uncertainty around the US banking system and the recent kind of fresh banking crisis that we had towards the end of last week, would that then float through to the yen, and would the yen strengthen also? And we've got a bit of a combination here. Now, what's interesting about this is look at the daily chart, and sometimes we can see that after a large impulsive move, we get a very shallow sort of retracement where we see the daily candlesticks in particular close back within previous candlestick ranges. And this was very similar to a dollar CAD market we spoke about quite a while ago, where we analysed the fact that we had quite an aggressive move to the downside. What then followed was consecutive daily candlesticks closing within each other's range, and we talked about the potential for price to continue down, which it did. This is very similar here on dollar yen, with the fact that price is failing to get above the 135 spot 25 handle now. We've broken through that low, so it does suggest that there could be some further downside to come, especially into that early level of support at 133 spot 50. Now, if I go down to a lower time frame here, you can see that we've had that aggressive move to the downside after the news, starting to get that pullback now. And I quite like the area around about 134.60 in particular. If we have a little look at that area there on a 15-minute time frame, it's kind of like a sort of double bottom high there. So if price was to rally back into and around this area, maybe even false breakout of this area, you could invite some further selling pressure on dollar yen, with targets being down at that 133 spot 50 handle. So something to just watch there is that dollar yen potential for a move even lower after that consolidation and breakout. And if we were to see further downside here, we could see price trade through 133.50, head towards that 130 spot 50 handle. So hopefully that made sense. If it did, leave this video a thumbs up, subscribe to the YouTube channel to see some more Forex trading content. I'll speak to you in the next video.